like you guys have so much going on right now. But I don't.
Tomorrow during the earlier in the day I'm here. Like today I was over here.
Okay. What time is good?
Anytime.
Anytime. Okay. Yeah. She'll be here
If
this
you can't
week.
find me, find me. I've been over during the day. They know how to fix it.
She's also, yeah, I know she was also having problems with it connecting to the printer in her office.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they can fix that.
So-
It's one of our branches.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, I'll have her, I haven't even looked at it myself, I haven't
Yeah.
trouble
Where's
trying
the
to
printer at?
troubleshoot it. It's in the,
Oh,
that little,
MHS?
in the little office at MHS, yeah. So, yeah, I will have her get with one of you guys. I don't know why it's not connecting at her house, like that's really
Yeah,
weird.
it's just like.
Like she finds her, yeah.
Did you get the email from that guy from Train?
Yeah, I'll respond.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about, so I'll send it to you.
Good evening. Tonight is a regular board meeting of the Melvindale Park Board of Education. Regular board meeting at 7:03, running a little late. Can I get a motion for the board's meeting? Support. All right, all in favor, aye? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I got you. I wait to go to the door.
There's no train on my way in the morning.
Roll call, Mark.
Alexander Pass. Present. Amber Docker. Andrew Gooder.
Here.
Michael Warren's here. Nate Rader.
Yes.
Alex Reed. Molly Booth. Forum.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Support.
Okay. Any questions? Hearing none? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you. Public forum, Mike?
I have nothing.
Okay, thank you. Administrative reports. Lisa?
Well, I don't really have much, but the end of the school year went well. We encouraged, a lot of our families to stop by, but, attendance wasn't the greatest. But, we just asked them to stop by at some point of the day, and a lot of them did. So I think we were at like 59% that day, but we're interviewing for our fifth grade position. We have 3 interviews tomorrow. We had one last week. A lot of candidates were still working last week, so tomorrow. That's really it. I'm just kind of in a transition mode right now. It's very strange. I went to Rogers this morning. Nobody was there. My chair was, everything's gone. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go over to Saeed. And then there was no internet. And I'm like, ah. But
You took your chair?
we kind of moved things
moved
over.
everything.
You took her chair?
Yep.
Did you at least
I
give her
took my
directions
chair.
of where her chair went?
I took it. But yeah, so just kind of in a transition mode right now. So
It's not so hot.
yeah,
You're not gonna go to Rochford then.
I know. It's very weird.
It's gonna take 21 days.
You get used to it.
Yeah, I know. We will.
21 days.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Michelle?
I don't have much. We're closed up for the year. We had great parent turnouts for our honors breakfast and our 8th grade celebration, so that was awesome. Testing's done. We're looking for a science teacher still. And that's about it at Strong. We ended, it was quiet. I like it that way, so.
Was the last day of school this year?
Our numbers were low.
Oh, no, I mean like after, like last day, everyone went home gracefully.
Oh, yeah, we went home gracefully. We had no shaving cream, no silly string, no crazy. There was 0. So we closed out really well because we usually get a little bit of
Yeah,
chaos.
something. Normally you get something.
We got nothing this year, so. I have a picture of all that were there that day. We were in the gym for a while, and I was like, oh, this is really weird. But no, even the day before when they could have, we had nothing. So we ended very peacefully.
Yeah, thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
How many students were part of the honors breakfast? Like
Oh
estimate?
my gosh. I don't know offhand. There's a lot though. There were probably like 75 at each of those. So it's about close to half. So they do honors. It's not just grades, but they do like spirit awards and stuff like that too. So it was nice, and we had our breakfast with the parents. It was very well received, and like I said, there were more there than usual, so it was awesome.
Thanks.
Sure. Okay.
Trevor?
Hi, everybody. Just a couple of things. Graduation, everyone was there, most positive feedback around the new format. We did learn a few things that we'll do a little bit differently next year, concerning entrances and exits from the field, just to kind of control traffic a little bit better. We're overwhelmingly positive, so we're pretty happy with it. Just future events coming up, we have our orientation for all students coming in August 13th. There'll be a morning session and an afternoon session for people with their hands and stuff, pick up their devices and whatnot. And if you are a lover of the arts, this coming weekend, June 20th to, I wrote down 20th to 21st, but I think it's 20th to 22nd, whatever day Sunday is, at 7 p.m. outside at Strong, the drama club is doing their summer play, and it's La Mandragola. I think it's a comedy. It's a comedy. So
They're doing it outside?
yep, that's
Where?
They're out there right now, Trevor.
They're out there now?
Yeah, when I pulled up, they were out there right now.
That's where they're doing it?
So you don't mouse in the auditorium, that's you and Jay.
So, I've never been to an outdoor performance here. I don't think we've ever had one. I'm probably gonna be able to make it on Sunday, so I'll let you know how it went next week. Each night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Oh.
7 p.m.
Where will it be held? Is that?
Where?
Where?
Outside.
Out there. So where is crowd just standing?
That's what kind of what I'm thinking.
I'll let you know after I see it. I don't
It says bring your lawn chair, Mike.
Lawn chair, bring your own popcorn.
Like Shakespeare in the Park.
That's what I was gonna say. Shakespeare's in the park.
Never mind.
Mike broke the seal, Trevor broke the seal of bring your own chair.
That's what the invite says.
That's all I've got. Thank you.
I got a question for you. Where'd you get your shirt from? I like that shirt.
This was, this is one of last year's shirts.
Oh, it was last year.
23, 24. I got red one and a black one. The order that goes through at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
through a roll. So the same, probably the same order where you got your red jacket.
Pictures.
Yeah,
All black.
of the shirts.
Oh.
Will's gonna send us links.
Yeah, it's in the.
We'll find it.
It'll be available, some people like it, will be available on the phone.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Chris?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. So today we started our first step towards professional learning communities, which will be launching during our early release time next year. We had 10 of our instructional coaches, as well as administrators participate today, which marked the first of a 3-day training. Trevor was there, again, as well as our coaches. So that training will continue over the course of 2 years intermittently, focused on really procedures and protocols around running like effective meetings that matter, that raise student achievement, outcomes, professional learning practices, all of the above. So again, that's aligned to our district-wide effort, which starts beginning next school year with the goal of strengthening collaboration, increasing data-driven decision-making, and ultimately improving outcomes for all students. So looking forward to next year, our professional development calendar is coming into shape. Our focus will center on 3 key pillars, which are building a culture of data through our professional learning communities and early release, shining a spotlight on high-quality teaching and learning practices, and deepening our work around relationships and restorative practice. These priorities directly support our MELNAP goal to ensure all students are nurtured, empowered, and challenged every single day. Looking ahead to July, we'll convene 2 important committees, one focused on writing at the elementary level, And another, continuing to work with PBIS at the secondary level to support positive behavior and strong school culture. Additionally, at the beginning of next school year, we'll be launching our district-wide AI committee with focus on making all of our teachers more efficient and using it to incorporate effective practices into the classroom. Also going to be looking at tools for students as well, so that they can make all lessons universal design lessons, engage rigor, engage relevance, make everything applicable. That's it. For me, I'm finishing out my first school year here, and really grateful for the supportive relationships and the direction that we're heading in our district. So thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Jennifer?
Good evening. I really don't have much since our last meeting. Busy working on filling positions. I know that there's a couple on the consent agenda for positions that we have to fill, and then Lisa and I are still working on filling a couple of record buildings. But that's pretty much it. Any questions for me?
Is it primarily like parapros that you're looking for?
Parapros, we have a resource teacher, and we have a cross-categorical teacher, and then 2 social workers at elementary level. Well, hopefully we found the right people. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Hello, everyone. I have a couple important notes to share with you today. So firstly, today was the first day of summer school. I'm happy to report that we have a total, as of now, 158 students who will be attending. Obviously, we did have some shaky attendance today, it being the first day, mainly at Allendale. So at MHS, attendance was great. 48 out of 51 kids attended day 1, so fantastic. The middle school, it's okay, 40 out of 57, so we have several staff members who speak Arabic and Spanish who are reaching out daily to all the parents. Allendale's the one we're looking into. We only had 22 out of 50 attend, so we are reaching out to those families, and if in fact they're not able to come, we have a waiting list, so I'm very confident we'll be able to bring up those numbers very quickly. The other thing I want to share with the board, I think the last board meeting I talked to you about how we wanted to focus on spending down our grants. So I talked about how we're in a good position in Title I. We're in a much better position as it relates to Section 41. And then I met with our accountant today, and I just wanted to have a sense of like how much money was left in 31A. You know, you're talking about a very large grant. 31A is our biggest grant. We got over $4 million out of 31A. And yes, granted, this is one of the more flexible grants. There's a lot of things we can put in 31A that we can't put in a lot of other grants. But simply being able to tell you, oh yeah, we can just throw that in 31A. I really wanted to get a sense of how much is left. So we got 5 more pay periods that have to run out of 31A, and then accounting for an additional 20,000, they'll go to summer school. We're looking at a potential carryover of maybe 175,000, something like that, roughly. So that's 31A, and then tomorrow I'm actually going to be having a pretty important meeting with NDE, the person who is essentially in charge of helping us navigate our title funding will be meeting with me tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we're going to talk about budgeting for next year. She did let me know that allocations are obviously not available yet, but because Melvindale's poverty percentage is about 30%, the way Title I is calculated is based on something called the hold harmless percentage. And if in the state of Michigan you're above that 30%, so we're at 35, similar to Dearborn actually, I was surprised to find that out. You can bank on getting 95% of your prior year's allocation. So we received over $2 million. So we're in really good shape with Title I. I haven't heard really much in the way of Title I being cut. I think we're pretty safe. And then other than that, unless you have questions, that's what I have to share with you today.
Do we have busing for summer school? We did last summer, right?
Yes, we are currently navigating that now. We do have busing, of course, you know, there's certain bus stops the kids have to walk to and all that good stuff, but yes.
So the bus stop is different from the regular school year?
Yes. Summer school is a little bit more condensed together because we don't have that many kids. But the list is the same every year. We have not changed that. So when they went from second, third, fourth, and fifth, they know where their bus stops are during the summer. So yes.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Last week, the finance committee, budget, probably gonna have like one or two tweaks, so I'm just trying to get moving with an update. We did receive our section 41 funding, the June state aid statement, so we'll be getting that paid on the 20th. And everything right now is just kind of focused on all the end of year reports. A lot of these are due July 15th. Trying to get everything ready for that. That's about it.
Any questions? Thank you, Sandy. Marlene?
Hi, everything went well at the end of the school year. Nothing huge to report there. We provided breakfast for the honors breakfast that were at the middle school and then for Allendale's fifth grade promotion breakfast. So everything went well on that end. We rolled into summer food service today. Started off pretty well, 46 out of 48 high schoolers ate, which is really great. We're feeding them at 10:30. Allendale and Access are coming in about 11:30. As always, it's open to the community. One important note I want to make, just in general, is that Michigan's, and to update how it affects us, if it affects us, but Michigan's proposed budget for next year that's coming out right now eliminates funding for Michigan school meals for all. Again, we are a CDP district that won't directly affect us at this time, but it's a 1 in 6 kids in Michigan face hunger. So if you have the chance to contact your representative and encourage them to set aside money for this like they have the past 2 years. I know it's been really helpful for families all over Michigan, including my youngest goes to school in South Lyon, and even with me and my ex-husband both having good jobs, it still adds up really quickly when they're wanting to eat school lunch every day, school breakfast. Most kids were not eating breakfast when they have to pay for it, but if it's free, they're going to come in and eat. And having a full belly really aids the learning in the classrooms. If you're hungry, you're going to be watching the clock to know when your next meal is going to be. So that's something that Michigan's done very well with the past couple of years. So I'm really sad to see that funding might disappear for those schools. Again, our school will still be able to feed the kids free here. So I wanted to update you in case you heard that. But yeah, if you have a chance to contact your representatives, that would be helpful. Otherwise, just getting menus ready, starting the menu process for next year, and listening to any changes that are on the horizon.
So our whole district would remain free, or would it go
Yeah.
back to where you have to income?
At this time, our whole district will remain free. There has been talk at the federal level of increasing that direct certification percent from where it is now. It's 25% to 60%. Right this minute, at 60%, we would be okay. We're at like 75-ish direct certs. If the income levels start to increase in the community, we could eventually be in a position where we would have to go back to free, reduced, and paid. So that's if they pass that change to how they handle CEP. That's not a done deal yet, but right at this minute, we are still okay for next year.
Thank you.
Elfie?
Good evening, everyone. I have a long list. So everybody said I have a short list. I don't. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're not asking for money.
Not at this moment. I asked Sandy earlier. Okay, gentlemen. Allendale, we're 3 days ahead of schedule to complete the move upstairs. I had a whole week scheduled to move 4th and 5th grade over to Said, and they were very well organized. They had about 45 to 50 movers. So what, yeah,
The company.
the company we hired to do that, so
Did our
they
people
came.
do any of it?
I'm sorry, what?
Did our people do any of it?
No, we just stayed out of the way, so we didn't get one over. They're in the classrooms and actually doing the
Yeah.
classrooms as soon as they move.
Yeah.
But they had a very nice concept of how they organized the move and how it went, so it was very impressive to get them, watch them to do that. So it took them 2 days to move everything from the upstairs over to the Said, so that's completed. Now,
Have we used this company?
no, the same one that we had before, it was called Vranesich, and they switched their name, they got bought up by Corrigan. So Corrigan is a much larger company,
Gotcha,
so they took it over and they had a lot more people to supply and help.
gotcha.
So, the move is done, so the staff is upstairs and they're finishing up cleaning the classroom. So I went through it before, prior to it, and checked and see what classroom needed to be painted after the teachers moved. So we had some that, needed it very badly. So out of the 22 classrooms, I couldn't paint them all, so I picked the ones that I think needed to be painted. The other ones, I did certain walls, so then I have notes, I will go back next year and finish up what I couldn't do this year. I don't have really the time to prolong this a little bit longer. Carpet cleaning upstairs will start next week. Company's coming in to do that. And then on July 7th, the company's coming back, Courtney's coming back and moving the downstairs, second and third, upstairs. So we're gonna do the process again. The way they move, it should only take me 2 days. Then I'm gonna take the staff, take them downstairs, start cleaning the classrooms and everything, start cleaning again, so I can bring Rader over, which is scheduled for, the first week in August. So I did open Said up for teachers that want to come in and start unpacking their own crates. I figured if I give them some timelines, probably makes them more comfortable moving in, getting their stuff ready. So I opened up for this week, and we got several teachers in today. And then I'm probably gonna open that up again for another week or two in July, so they can start unpacking themselves, because there's quite a bit of stuff. Said is almost completed, there's just a couple more fine tuning that needs to be done. Strong Auditorium got the new soft close doors, they were installed. And they did last week, they came in, sanded the floors on the stage, and they got repainted, so that is completed. The curtains are gonna be taken down next week to get cleaned and fixed, and then put back, which is probably gonna take about a week or so. That's done in the auditorium. Gym floors throughout the district, I talked about who, we're gonna shut that down for the month of July. All the gym floors are gonna get redone. And I did ask the company, David, to see if he can give us a quote for what you asked me, so as soon as he gets me something, I will let you know. Maybe we can get this done. What else do I have? I think I'm good for right now, unless you guys have any questions for me. I'm just trying to stay on schedule, so everything.
We'll update us on the repairing the roof. Like Allendale and Strong.
Allendale needs the left side done, we done one, and then we allocated some of the money to other projects that were in more dire need. So, I did have a proposal from them, Schreiber Roofing, that did that. I think I sent it over, I think it might have been like 8 months ago or something like that. I think the total came out to be like $280,000, so that's still something that I would like to get done in the future, but I don't know if it's necessarily that I'm gonna get it done this year, because again, we have to see where we are financially, because I still need to complete the second phase of study. So I will get the quotes. I spoke to a vendor, they're gonna give me a quote for the second phase of study. Been talking to Brian about that. So I should have a budget number for you the next time. I will forward it to you as soon as I get it, so you kind of have an idea. And then we'll see where we're going to be, but that roof does need to be replaced. I would say within the next 2 2 years, not longer than that.
At site.
At Allendale.
And then Strong, we did some this past year, right?
Yes, we did some patching on there, so it's still a roof, and again, I can get some more patching done. It's not gonna be complete tear off, because a complete tear off, we're looking at about $1.5 million to $1.8 million. So I have a company that I work with, and they've been doing a really good job on that one.
I thought we did some areas where we tore it all off and pushed new.
We did that at Strong here, the old
Yeah.
high school. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have a
Right?
Strong Middle School.
The kids, right?
Yeah.
We did some major repairs on that. There's still a second phase that needs to be
Yeah.
completed, yeah.
Okay.
But there's other issues that we need to address when it comes to the building besides the roof area.
Right. Well, because it came up in our finance meeting.
Yeah,
That I knew that we did some of it, but we were timing things were.
correct. We had it spread out where we picked the worst parts
Yep.
after I had the infrared screening done of what needed to be addressed right there and
Correct,
then.
'cause I thought it was like 7 zones.
Yeah, and we did those, so now, it's like it bought me some time. We're gonna do zone 1 or 2 again, but we still have a little bit of time to do that.
Okay.
But yes, it will be on your, within the next couple of years. And there's some other repairs at Strong that also need to be looked at.
If you have your master chart,
Do I have a master
your
chart?
master chart.
My master chart keeps changing.
Well, can you forward that to?
I have a meeting with Sandy and we're gonna, with Brian, and we're gonna look to see, what do we wanna do in the next 2 years, this year, next year, the following year. So we have a timeline for 5 years, and then whoever takes over in 5 years for me, probably less than that.
You.
It's over.
You.
Me. So, yes, we do have a timeline. I do have a meeting with Sandy about the budget to see what we can fit in and what we can do. So there's some areas that we can look
Like I
at.
said, your sheet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
All right, Superintendent, you're up.
Definitely want to start with some great activities that we did. And Trevor, your plan, your staff, Alfie, your staff, obviously stepping up that, weather being perfect help. But I remember a day when we couldn't have it on the field because it would get so unruly because we had to limit so many tickets. And the whole community wants it on the field, but we weren't able to pull it off. And I'm really proud of the fact that you were able to find a way to pull it off again, because that's where they want to be. And it was one of the most beautiful nights since I've been here in the last 20 years. Everything went really seamlessly, I thought. I'm glad you learned something, because I didn't see anything that went wrong. So it was a great night for our community, a great night for our kids, the graduates and all of that. So beautiful job there. And then the 8th grade promotion, I know we've always talked about a couple years ago trying to make middle school a special experience, trying to get families in, trying to engage people in that process. And I saw it that night for sure again, 2 years in a row. And I know your breakfast was awesome as well. All the PBIS stuff you did leading up to that too. I just want to congratulate you and compliment you and your team on like the efforts you made this year to make it a more welcoming middle school, to have more positive things, to get the families in, FrostFest again too. But the promotion ceremony is absolutely a well-run machine. And by the fact so many people go to it, a lot of people make fun of 8th grade graduations. This is why this is a promotion. It's so well attended, and the way that each kid gets their name called and they get cheered for, and the way you find ways to recognize kids, I kind of pick up on that, you know. It's absolutely beautiful, so please keep it up. Turn that into a really happy place, which is the goal, because middle school's tough, we know that. So thank you so much for that. HR, we've got some big things going on this week all over the place. Assistant principal for Allendale interviews are tomorrow. And then we have PBIS behavior interventionist interviews on Wednesday for Allendale as well. The move, Alfie, unbelievable job. The fact that Alfie has relationships has really made this more challenging for her, because I see people going up to her individually all the time, and she's somehow able to make accommodations where she can, put her foot down when you have to. But the way you're keeping people calm and happy through this big dramatic change, I think is really admirable. We're ahead of schedule on both things. It really does hit home going to Said today and seeing teachers like with their names on the doors and their classrooms starting to get set up. Their teachers, like there's a couple teachers, their teacher desk set up, family pictures are up. It really starts to make it come together, and so unbelievable job also to your team. Make sure you share that. I had a schedule. I'm seeing the communication too. It's really first class. So I'm really grateful.
Thank you.
that
I'll let
things
them
have
know.
gone. It's outstanding. Negotiations, given our financial circumstance and the uncertainty that we had, and we're getting closer to having a good picture. Obviously, next week the budget gets approved. They've agreed to extend the contract. We've done it for a month, but we're going to do month to month until we have something we can put before them. Communication is constant if it's needed to be, but the unions have been great getting us some time. Unfortunately, with the state legislature, we're getting no real good movement on a state budget. It's not going to happen, I don't think, this summer, which is unfortunate because that tells us what we can spend next year, and obviously helps us to go to the unions back with what we want to go with them with. We've seen estimates from this far to a big pure pupil increase that gets taken away through grant work being taken away and leaves you with almost nothing, to a big pure pupil without those grants, and they're saying that would put the state into a huge deficit because it's so much money. So we're seeing movement on that like every day pretty much. We get a new email about that. This is not related to federal uncertainty at the grant level at all. This is all local politics and partisanship and infighting, and so we're not making any headway there. So we'll probably have to wait until September or October to find out what the budget's going to be for the year that starts in August, which is okay. We're in a great spot. We have, I do feel like, stabilized our fiscal situation. While it's not the fund balance we want, it's nowhere near where we thought it could be. And obviously I think we got the right person in that chair to kind of steer the ship in the right direction to get us back into calm waters there. Parent Square, we have, that is ready to go. We paid for it, we're trained up, except we are gonna have admin and staff in August, and then we'll start putting stuff out to the parents and using it as soon as we can. I had a meeting today at City Hall in Allen Park with their city attorney, their police chief, Melvindale city attorney, Kevin Foley, our attorney, and then our police chief about the SRO for next year. It does not look like arresting powers can be easily granted unless someone gets deputized, but from my standpoint, that's not a thing that should hold us up. I wasn't looking to have an SRO to make a ton of arrests. I was looking at it to build relationships, build a community engagement between our kids and the police. Obviously having someone there if the worst should happen is a great thing, and what I learned today is anyone can arrest anybody if a felony is being committed. So if there's a felony, you guys can arrest anybody you want. So we would have the ability, if something serious goes down, that officer would take care of that for sure. If it was something like, a threat, that's a typical situation we handle until the AP police can show up anyways. So there's not a lot of situations that, came to mind that would derail this because of that one snafu. I do see good cooperation. The two chiefs got along really well. They want us to have our presence there and to kind of support us. So I'll keep you posted on how that's going. Today was our initial meeting. Obviously this will be 100% grant funded. We'd be having our other buildings covered in their entirety, obviously, including Melvindale School, which, would be helpful.
How difficult is it for, and maybe you guys didn't get on this, but how difficult is it for Allen Park to deputize Melvindale?
So it's gotta be the state. Yeah, so it's gotta be the state, and then it's like state to county to local. So it does, Allen Park can't do it.
No.
So that's where we'd have to get somebody outside to agree to do this. And I guess it could be challenging. Yeah.
State police.
Yeah, it's the state authorized the county.
Yeah, and then when I went to MASA, the guys that refuses to do it because of strike, which they
I think he's talking about something different though.
well, they still have a deputy via the county.
Yeah,
But yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
Any other SRO questions? All right. Registration update, we had a final clerical meeting before they left to go over everything. We do have a little bit of a RESA snafu with our online enrollment, but Chris Blodge is still working with them. And as soon as I have that information, we'll start going public with this stuff. Regardless, if we aren't able to have it perfect, it's not gonna affect our families. We have our staffing in place, so we're gonna have extra staffing here the whole summer. And we'll be able to collaborate and make sure registration goes very smooth, whether that's done on the laptop or done with the packet, depending on Risa getting us what we need. But either way, our parent experience should go much better this summer, and our kids should be able to get into their classrooms much quicker, which is what the teachers need, obviously. It's hard to reintroduce everything for multiple days as you have new students coming in. Sometimes we can't help that. When we can, we should. So we have a good process in place, and the clerical team has been awesome and supportive and collaborative at getting this solved. So I appreciate them too. Our student techs are working really hard getting all of the devices cleaned up and prepared for the school year. Saeed is really moving along. Promethean boards, PA system, phones, classroom audio, security cameras are all between 70 and 100% done. And our network infrastructure is in the commissioning phase. So all things are going really well there. I am really excited. On June 23rd, the high school, we're hosting a Dollars for Scholars Executive Advisory Board meeting. Dollars for Scholars is the group that we participate with. They have, I think, 12 to 15 local schools now. We were one of the original partners. They've given probably like over $100,000 in LPL kids over the past like 8 to 10 years from their programming. And this is a huge meeting. They have like billionaires who fund these things coming, and they're gonna come see our new high school. I'm gonna get to do an opening speech and everything like that and welcome them and thank them. Not saying anything comes with that, but sometimes things do. So we plan on knocking it out of the park. Marlene, Alfie are rolling out the red carpet, and we're gonna make sure they have a really special meeting. But there'll be probably like 60 people there, all supporters of public education, all supporters of students in Southeast Michigan. So we're gonna make a great impression on them. We're honored to have them, actually. That is all I have. I don't want to be back, so that's okay. Any questions for me?
Enrollment is, I know you said there's gonna be staffing here, so can people come in at any time over the summer, or is there still like a designated day?
There's gonna be designated days and hours for sure, but at the same time, because we'll have, I mean, we're not gonna turn anybody away. We'll get that process going, but we are gonna communicate the specific times. I know that it's gonna be most of the time, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be like, they have to come on this hour.
Yeah, it's Monday through, off the top of my head, I think it's Monday through Thursday.
It's like 8 to 4 to 7 to 5 or something.
Like
So we're on our summer hours, and I think maybe normal hours for the registration, so it's a small window that we're not doing it.
Okay, and so that'll be communicated out.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion. Support.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you. Current business. A, approved Michigan Association of Superintendents and Administrators, School Superintendent Association, and Michigan School Public Relations Association membership for the 2025-2028 school year, not to exceed $1,657.90 as presented. Angela supports. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, Mike.
Alex Alfie.
Yes.
Deborah Cochran.
Yes.
Andrew Gennari.
Yes.
Mike Warren, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Tom Save.
Yes.
Molly Stris.
Yes.
Motion passes.
B, approved Metro Bureau membership for the 2025-2026 school year, not to exceed $2,333.75.
The motion.
Any questions?
What is this again? Metro Bureau is like a professional organization that does professional development for Metro Detroit. They're out of Wayne State, and not just for me, but actually for the whole team. Lauren, our HR, we went to a training session last week, so they offer tons of good opportunities to find out what's going on in the county.
What's included in your membership?
Just being able to go to all their
Right.
Any other questions? Roll call, Mike.
Alex Alfie.
Yes.
Deborah Cochran.
Yes.
Andrew Gennari.
Yes.
Mike Warren, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Save.
Yes.
Molly Stris.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. C, adopt resolution to support a membership in the Melvindale Michigan High School Association for the 2025-2026 school year as presented. I'll make a motion.
Support.
Alex Gontowski.
Yes.
Amber Docker.
Yes.
Andrew Canary.
Yes.
Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Sage.
Yes.
Molly Cruz.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. D, approve advance authorization to hire personnel for vacant administration, union, and part-time positions through 6/30/26. Individuals hired under the advance authorization will be placed on the next regular board meeting agenda.
Make the motion.
Support.
Any questions? Roll call, Mike.
Alex Gontowski.
Yes.
Amber Docker.
Yes.
Andrew Canary.
Yes.
Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Sage.
Yes.
Molly Cruz.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. E, cancel July 14, 2025 month of board meeting.
Motion.
Someone was very happy.
I was waiting for that one.
Any questions? Karen, Mike, roll call?
Alex Gontowski.
Yes.
Amber Docker.
Yes.
Andrew Canary. Yes. Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Sage.
Yes.
Molly Cruz.
Yes.
Motion passed.
F, approve stormwater management program compliance assistance service work plan and budget for 2025-2026 proposal through ARC Environmental Group for $16,800 as presented. Any questions?
They, changed anything, made it more, like, robust, having to, like, maintain the regulations and all that?
No, it make it much easier because ever since the city booted us out of their management plan, we had to hire a third party. So we've been with Arch Environmental for the last, I believe, 5 years now, and their prices only, I think, increased by like $250 over the 5 years. And they do all the compliance and make sure they send it to the state of Michigan for all the buildings and all grounds.
The rain gardens still are attractive.
Oh, yeah. Yep, still got that.
Yeah, you will.
On the stadium.
Any questions? Roll call, Mike?
Alex Gontowski.
Yes.
Amber Docker.
Yes.
Andrew Canary.
Yes.
Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Sage.
Yes.
Molly Cruz.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. G, approve purchase of 420 iPads for ELD classrooms not to exceed $226,380 paid through grant funds as presented. I'll support. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alex Gontowski.
Yes.
Andrew Canary.
Yes.
Amber Docker.
Yes.
Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Sage.
Yes.
Molly Cruz.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes. H, approved purchase of 420 iPad cases for those iPads for ELD classrooms not to exceed $12,590 paid through the grant fund as presented.
Motion.
ELD classroom.
Stop saying that 420 gets district-wide. No, yeah, that, under the threshold. So these are throughout.
They're predominantly students whose English proficiency levels are between 1 and 1.9, so the ones that would be throughout the district.
Are the majority of them going to Allendale, or is it pretty equal disbursement? I haven't.
There's a pretty equitable
Okay.
distribution. I'd have to look at the exact numbers, but
Yeah.
We fall in that
That's
category.
Yeah.
Any other question? Roll call?
Alex Gontowski.
Yes.
Amber Docker.
Yes.
Andrew Canary. Yes. Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Sage. Yes. And Molly Cruz.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. I, approve purchase of 420 iPad MDM licenses for those iPads through the Mosley Manager, 4-year subscription not to exceed $12,180 paid through grant funds as presented.
Make a motion.
Support.
Amber Angelo, any questions? Roll call.
Alex Gontowski.
Yes.
Amber Docker.
Yes.
Andrew Canary. Yes. Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Sage.
Yes.
And Molly Cruz.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. J, approve purchase and installation of 20 lithium boards in classrooms at Said Elementary through the vendor, all cover, Nokia Minolta, not to exceed $36,176 paid to the bond funds as presented.
Make a motion. Support.
Any questions?
It's a smart board.
Yeah. Chalkboard was
A modern day chalkboard.
Did we get to use some ones that were there, or?
We've repurposed the ones we could use for sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
pretty
of them
much
just-
all of the ones from current Rogers is getting moved over there.
Were the ones that were at Said,
Yep,
that they
we were
were
using
moved
them.
here probably?
Nope, we're reusing them.
Sorry?
We're reusing them, the ones that are over there, yes.
So they've already been.
Everyone that has one.
How long do we really get for one of those?
How long the lifespan?
Like,
About 5 years.
yeah.
Because they ran 8 to 9 hours a day right now, so.
That makes sense.
Talks a lot
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah, just love.
Talks a lot cheaper.
Whiteboard.
Blackboard and erasers and,
It's the time. Yeah, exactly.
What do you do with the kids? You sneak bugs, sneak chocolate, erasers back together. That was their punishment. What do you do now?
Now they just sit in there. Now they just sit in there. All right, any further questions? Roll call, Mike.
Richard Pop.
Yes.
Amber Cocker.
Yes.
Andy Guerrero.
Yes.
Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Al Sage.
Yes.
Molly Schmitz.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. K, approved purchase of software license for Parents Careers Engaged Communication Platform not to exceed $14,415 as presented. Support. Any questions?
How much is it yearly? Is there any yearly cost or is there?
Yeah, there's a yearly subscription, it's not that much, it's that much per year.
Yeah, but we're phasing out our Mind and another platform, which kind of evens out close.
Yeah, we've always been paying that.
Yeah.
Hey, what is this again?
This is like our two-way parent communication platform, which is an upgraded kind of Remind in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Any questions? Roll call, Mike.
Alex Rodowski.
Yes.
Amber Cocker.
Yes.
Andy Guerrero.
Yes.
Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Al Sage.
Yes.
Molly Schmitz. Motion passed.
Thank you. L, approve renewal of software license for ClassLink from August 1st, 2025 to July 31st, 2026, not to exceed $14,734 as presented.
Make a motion.
Support.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alex Rodowski.
Yes.
Amber Cocker.
Yes.
Andy Guerrero. Yes. Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Al Sage.
Yes.
Molly Schmitz.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. L, approve purchase of Google Chrome education upgrade licenses via CDWG not to exceed $44,250 as presented. I'll make the motion.
Support.
Any questions?
They're needed for Chromebooks, I assume?
Yeah.
Licensing.
It's just,
Roll call.
Alex Rodowski.
Yes.
Amber Cocker.
Yes.
Andrew Guerrero. Yes. Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Al Sage.
Yes.
Molly Schmitz.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All those books we just approved. And approve installation of additional electrical outlets in classrooms for teacher stations and smart locations via vendor Adix Electric, not to exceed $15,250 as presented.
Make a motion.
Support.
Question? Where's this at?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what?
Said Elementary.
Yeah.
So on Said?
Just that side?
Yes.
Yeah.
I figured to say, you know,
That's probably, yeah, 'cause it
2094 is gonna be approved in J.
It wasn't there before, so now
Yeah.
adding all that technology needs power, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? Roll call, Mike.
Alex Rodowski.
Yes.
Amber Cocker. Andrew Guerrero.
Yes.
Mike Moore, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Al Sage.
Yes.
Molly Schmitz.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. O, approve installation of electrical/power for the MHS Dome PA audio system via vendor WCZ Electric LLC not to exceed $7,310 as presented.
Motion.
Support.
Question?
Do you have power?
That was my question.
No, we've been using, you wanna explain the PA?
Yeah, this is for the separate, right on the power for the PA system for the dome. which was approved, 2 months ago.
Yeah, we've been using like a portable PA for the teachers and stuff in there, which works okay, but not great.
But we didn't have, are they wiring it? 'Cause it says electrical power.
Yes,
Are
yeah.
they adding power to it?
Correct, yeah.
Because it's not enough to push the system we have?
The speakers are self-powered, so unlike like the traditional amplifier speaker, these are self-powered, so we gotta get power up to the speaker boxes themselves.
We gotta run new power.
Yes, and they're high power too, like we're talking about 230 volt high power.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put that on volume one. Any other questions? Roll call.
Alex Okowski.
Yes.
Amber Cochran.
Yes.
Andrew Canary.
Yes.
Mike Coleman, yes. Matt Rader.
Yes.
Alex Safe.
Yes.
Molly Schmidt.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. Board discussion, Molly?
I just wanted to say that the end of the year went really well. I think at all of the buildings. My daughter had a great year at Rogers and fun end of the year events. And then I did notice the uptick in parents at the 8th grade graduation because I tried to leave my house and the traffic was crazy. So that's really good to hear. I think overall, a lot of the events I've been to this year, there's been a lot more community and parent participation. So that's encouraging. And I just hope everyone has a really good summer.
Al?
Good evening, everybody. Great job by the high school for the graduation. It was a really nice event. It was on the field. It was pretty much like, I know there was capped, I believe, at 8 tickets each, but it seemed like there was a lot more people there, which is really what we want, essentially, because it's a community event. We're a small city, so it was really nice to see it all come together. Appreciate everyone's help that helped out in making that happen. I hope everyone has a great summer. For all of our admins that are getting a little break before they come back in August. And happy trails. That's all I have. Thanks.
Angela?
Graduation was nice. It was really hot. It was nice. 8th grade graduation was super fun. It was nice to see everybody there. You guys had a good time. I've been here for like a few months, but a good experience. The school's running well. But I tell people like that I'm on the school board, they go, "Why did you do that to yourself?" And I'm like, because all they see is like the crazy ones that happen on the news, on the internet. So I'm like, no, like everybody here's pretty normal actually. They all work together really well. They don't fight, so it's actually enjoyable. But yeah, so just thank you, and just have a great summer.
Thank you, everyone. Honors breakfast for the middle school, job well done. The food, just the organization, the kudos, and just, I know the parents I speak to, they really treasure it, so keep it up. High school graduation, I've never seen so many people. It's been so long since I've seen so many people. I think it's a beautiful thing to just have that space for people to watch. And then last Chris, it's been a pleasure, and we're excited that you're here, and I've really seen some headway happen around here, and proud. So we're excited to see how that continues. That's all I have. Enjoy your summers, folks. Get some cans, take some time to relax, and be wrinkled before I do that. Oh, is it undies you wrinkled? Well, I'll be wrinkled with you.
You got Botox. Mike?
I don't have much. I actually missed graduation this year, so I missed it. I wasn't feeling well, and it's the first one I missed in probably 10 years. So I heard it went really well. I'm looking forward to next year. They had a great, another good year, so guys keep up the great work. You guys are doing well. Nothing else I can say. You guys are working as hard as you can, and we see the progress, and we appreciate it. So have a great summer, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you all for coming tonight. Couldn't agree more. Did a lot of good work this year. Thank you all for that, and have a good summer. See you in August.
I had to say graduation was nice, even though I had to go through the woods and the forest and almost got bit by a rabbit. But LP staff gave me a ride next to my car at the end of the night, so thank you, LP's team. But no, graduation was lovely. I enjoyed that way of doing it from the last time that we did it. So the changes for the field, I put thumbs up on that. I did like that a lot. 8th grade graduation was for the second year was a lovely ceremony. I think the students appreciated getting the achievement. Maybe not really, a lot of parents might not see it, but those small achievements are lasting to the students. So if they go out there, they'll remember that their parents showed up for that event. If you listen to people, it was been on the radio stations all this week, people not showing up, and then you hear stories about the students, parents that did show up. The kids always remember that they didn't come to that ceremony. Because it's a next step up in life, a little closer to adulthood, right? And so it's appreciation that the kids, remember, and they hope that they can celebrate it with their family and friends, right? So it was a beautiful ceremony, and it was good. End of the season, I hope you guys all have a great summer, and you guys did a fantastic job as always, and I hope you guys appreciate the moves that we're keep trying to do, and it's nothing major, but I know change is difficult for people, but we gotta embrace change. Change is better for everyone if you look at the bigger picture, as we move forward and trying to do what we think is best for the kids in the long run, as we continue to navigate through our whole infrastructure of buildings, and try and do what's the best thing that we can do with the amount of money we have. So that's all I want to say is thank you, have a great summer, and see you guys in August.
Did you guys name the ducks? The ducklings?
Oh, we joke around about naming them. We were like, well, there's 8 now, so.
Create a poll or something. Yes.
So they're in the pond. If you saw it, we posted it on our Facebook. That's the first year we've had them since we've been there, so we were really excited. And then they were in the school because they had to go from one courtyard to the other. So eventually we're gonna have to get them out of the courtyard. So yeah, that was really exciting. We had named the 2 of them, and then people changed their names.
Was there ducks there when you were there, Trevor?
Not regularly, once in a while, yeah.
Well, we cleaned up the pond too in there because it was kind of gross. So we've been working on cleaning that up. It needs a lot more work. It's not anybody's fault. It's just like the pump didn't work and stuff, so we got a new pump and everything. And so I don't know. Maybe I'll find a grant or something that will help us do something out there with it. But the fish are alive in there. If you ever want to see it, come on over. There's all kinds of fish and stuff in there. I'm sure the ducks are loving that part of it.
Well, it's duck
Yeah.
approved. Stamp of approval, right?
When you look at
We have our own wildlife sanctuary outside, not inside.
Maybe we can use some of that mental.
No. Yeah. Totally.
Right, Sean?
Limited.
Maybe we can use some of that mental health.
Motion.
Maybe.
All in favor, say aye.